Are we live? I believe we are. Anyway, we should be. Are we live? We are. How we doing? How is everyone today? Man City versus Wolves. As you know by the title, the thumbnail, all that good stuff. Live watch along. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Second game of the Premier League this weekend. There was an 8 o'clock kickoff yesterday. How you doing, Joe? Man City versus Wolves. There was an 8 o'clock kickoff yesterday. Watford versus Brentford. Brentford won 2-1. I didn't watch the game, but I'm assuming it was decent enough. There were 3 goals. Brentford are missing Ivan Toney as well. Seems like they can survive without him, which is obviously good. Which is obviously good for Brentford's situation if they do want to stay up. But how are you doing, Joe? What is your score prediction for this evening? Oh, Christ. Alright, let's take a look at the old lineup. Starting with Man City, seeing as they are the home team. Ederson starts in goals. Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte and Zinchenko is the back four. Gundogan, Rodri and Bernardo Silva in midfield. Bernardo Silva has been fantastic this season. Jack Grealish, Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling as the front three. Can we see that 100 million man prove that he is worth 100 million? Probably not. You can't really prove you're worth 100 million in just one game. Going over to Wolves, Jose Sa starts in goals. Kilman, Cody and Saiz as the back three, the 2 wing backs being Out Nuri and Semedo. Dendoncker, Neves and Matinho play in midfield, while Jimenez and Traore are the 2 front strikers. Joe says 2-1 Wolves. Reasonable. Guardiola, for some reason, doesn't look too happy going into this game. There is a poll in the live chat if you do fancy just taking a look at it, seeing who you think will win. I'm going to give my score prediction. Man City lost in the middle of the week. Wolves don't concede many goals, but you know, you always back Man City, especially at home. I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 Man City. My voice is like really weird because I woke up about half an hour ago, which is a long ago, but you know what I mean. A few empty seats in the Etihad, but you know, there's always a few empty seats. And, you know, those. I think that's actually the away section. It is. It's the Wolves away section that is actually empty. I'm going to go 2-0 Man City because Wolves don't concede many goals. We saw that last week against Liverpool. The game is now underway. Yeah, just having a moment of silence. I didn't see who it was for. Ian Viven, MBE, 1924 till 2021. 100. I don't really know what situation. What happened to Rui Patricio? He was sold to Roma. Sold to Roma last year. Now, Joe, I feel like you should have heard that. You know, I've done like 3 Roma streams, like 2 Wolves streams. That's fair. That's not on, Joe. You weren't listening. John Moss, the referee for today's game. Both Wolves and Man City players take the knee. The fans applaud. I like that black Wolves kit, to be honest. I always like Wolves kit. They just have such a nice badge. Who's just playing up between the defenders. Man City with immediate pressure. Matinho hits it forward, not to anyone, just to relieve the pressure in the opening 17 seconds. And look, it's looking like it's going to be a good game. Now, I watched Wolves last week against Liverpool. They weren't very interesting to watch. That's because Liverpool were just poor, really. You know, Divock Origi scored the last goal, because Divock Origi is the man you want on your bench. I don't want to hear Ronaldo or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or any off the bench player you'd have in the last 10 minutes. It's Divock Origi any day of the week. Any day of the week. I'm going to already predict Bernardo Silva to score, or at least be involved with the goal. That man is fantastic. Zinchenko, Laporte, Diaz, Rodri, Cancelo. Oh, Cancelo better get me my fantasy points. Let's take a look at my old fantasy team. I'm just checking my own fantasy, so you know I could very well miss. Yes, Joe, it shouldn't happen again. If it does ever happen again, it's not good enough. Not on. Let me know who you have in your fantasy this weekend. I brought Bernardo Silva in. I do have João Cancelo, and is that it? Do I have a third Man City player? I have Foden, who's not playing. I have Bernardo Silva vice captain. I have Hwang on the bench, who I don't think is actually playing either. Ruben Neves. He's still only 23. I couldn't believe that when I found that out. 23. That man's been in the Premier League for like 4 years. I swear he was like starting for Wolves when they came up. How has no team decided, yeah, you know what, I'll spend 50 quid on that lad. 50 million quid, I don't. I reckon you get him for 40 million. I do genuinely believe you get him for 40 million. So why has no one decided, you know, I'll take the punt. I'll take the punt. It's not even a punt. It's not even a risk. He's a Premier League proven midfielder. And like, his form has gone a bit down from previous years, but I think that's just Wolves in general. I mean, he'd be good at Man United, I think, as the holding midfielder. It is Gabriel Jesus. Gundogan. Oh, played across to João Cancelo. Oh, shoot and score. Fantasy points. Here's Rodri. Pass 1, pass 2. Bernardo Silva. Inside the box. Plays it off to Cancelo. Oh, my fantasy points are loving this. It's going for a corner for Man City. First corner of the game in the opening 3.5 minutes. Not a bad start for Man City. Wolves haven't had a single chance. And you wouldn't Man City haven't had a chance either. They've just controlled possession, as you'd expect them to do. They are one of the better teams in the Premier League, and I think that's an understatement, as it is. Now, Wolves are good at defending set pieces. They have like Connor Cody, pretty big bad. Killerman Saiss is big enough as well. Connor Cody's tiny, why did I say he was a big lad? Then Donker's pretty tall as well. And there's a terrible corner straight to Semedo, who was the man at the front post. Ball cleared back into Wolves' box. Cleared again from Cody. Wolves looking to try and counter-attack. Man City have it back. And here they come. Gundogan. No, Zinchenko's taking it. And Zinchenko, despite looking like De Bruyne, he hasn't realised that he isn't De Bruyne and can't get past two Wolves midfielders. Ruben Dias. I was trying to make a joke and I just fumbled it. Ruben Dias. He hasn't been that impressive this season. Like, well, compared to last season anyway, he's been good, but he hasn't been world class, I wouldn't say. You know, I haven't been necessarily impressed with Ruben Dias this season. Well, I've been, you know what, he hasn't been as good as he was last season. Like I'd say, there's a good few defenders that have been better. And like, bar Shane Duffy's recent form, he's been better. That's just because Shane Duffy is one of the greatest football players to ever live. And I don't think you can really question it, can you? Here's Wolves looking for their first chance of the game. Jimenez, pass 1, pass 2. He still has the ball in the box. No, he's lost it. He's won it back. How do Wolves still have the ball? No, Jesus has won it back. Semedo's won it back though. Jimenez in the box. Will they just try and shoot? Neves with a ball in. It's going to count as a shot. I mean, he might have been shooting. I don't know, it was a fairly weak shot. He's hit one better. He's definitely hit one better, Ruben Neves, than the other side of Manchester. I remember a few years ago, Wolves would always beat Man United, or at least get a draw, and it would always be Ruben Neves to score an absolute screamer outside the box. Unfortunately, those days are gone. And Man United are slowly but surely coming back. Well, I mean, they were probably in a better position a few years ago than they were. So now, though, Ralph Ragnick could be the saviour. So why Man United fans acting like they always knew about it. Cancelo with the shot. Good bit wide. Oh, I would have loved if that went in. Beautiful Portugueseman. Man, if Portugal don't get another trophy. Like, they have a lot of talented players now. Like, Ronaldo's not even their best player now, in my humble opinion. Based on this season, Bernardo Silva or João Cancelo. One of the two. Diego Jota's probably been better than him, despite missing an open goal last week against this very Wolves side. Who else? No one else really. But yeah, I'd go as far as saying three players in the Premier League have been better. What do you think of Barca getting knocked out? Good enough for them. I hate Barcelona. Hate them. They took the best players from the Premier League, from every other club for years. And it's finally come back to bite them. Love it. I hope they suffer. And as someone who advocately loves Atletico Madrid, like, Atletico Madrid would be my favourite Spanish team without a doubt. Speaking of Atletico Madrid, and speaking of one of their rivals, Barcelona, they'll be playing Real Madrid tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and I'm more than likely going to be doing a watch-along of that game. So if you do fancy tuning in, 8 o'clock English and Irish time tomorrow for the Madrid derby. Go on. It'll be interesting. Suarez is out though. That don't matter really. Real Madrid are probably in the better form, probably will end up winning seeing as they are at home. I suppose you have to find out in the stream tomorrow. Or you could look it up after the match. I feel like my voice sounds weird in this stream. Real Madrid are probably in the better form. I don't know. Subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already. 8.5, basically 9 minutes gone. No real chances Jose Sa or Ederson Hazard really had to make. Oh, Christ. Like, I woke up like 20 minutes ago, for anyone wondering why I sound ill. I'm not. I feel perfectly fine. Oh, chance for Bernardo Silva. I think he was offside. Shaw. That was nearly in. Bernardo Silva is the greatest. One of my favourite players in the Premier League. And I've been saying this for years. Well, like on this channel only a few months. It's only about 6 months old. But I've been saying it for years. Bernardo Silva is one of the best players in the Premier League. No one listened to me. You all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you don't laugh now, are you? Wolves definitely seem to like to play from the back. A bit risky against a team like Man City with the amount of pressure that they do like to put on. Neves loses it to Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Gundogan again. Rodri. João Cancelo. I reckon he has a shot here. No, he looks to play the ball in the box. Wasn't a very good ball. Zinchenko. Gundogan. I'd say they don't really pass him very well. I don't know how they still have the ball. They're doing some fairly off passes, but like, they're getting onto it. That's because Wolves aren't really applying a lot of pressure. Wolves have done well. That was a very big voice crack. Wolves have done very well this season, haven't they? I think they're 7th. No, they're 8th. 22 points. They can very well get a European spot if they continue this. Like, defensively, they've been good. I think they've conceded 1 goal in the last 4 games, and that was against Liverpool as it is. Well, Liverpool and Chelsea are playing at 3 o'clock. Liverpool are playing Aston Villa, I think. Yeah, Steven Gerrard's back at Anfield. Interesting one that'll be. João Cancelo. Cancelo's not really been great at crossing so far in this game. His crosses have been off. Traore is absolutely floored Rodri. But Rodri has gotten a throw-in, so doesn't that make it all worth it? The damn it, Traore is like truly massive. Like it's amazing. It's like, why did he choose football? Why did he choose football? You know? He could have chose so many other sports. Looking for the sides of him. But he chose football. He's not very good at it. Well, I mean, he's fast. He's a very good dribbler. But he can't shoot for his life. Damn it, Traore. Tries to play 1-2 Giammattino, but he is fouled, in my humble opinion, but the referee isn't having any of it. Zinchenko. It's a really bad pass from Diaz. He's lucky he didn't hit it hard because Zinchenko can't track back to get it. Wolves could have put on pressure there. Like, it was a really bad pass from Ruben Diaz. João Cancelo plays through Raheem Sterling. Sterling's went down, but it's gone out for a free kick. And now he's getting in a fight. I wouldn't try that. Saiss is like triple your size, mate. And you are tiny. Like, I mean, he could snap you. He literally just did, and for some reason it wasn't a foul. I do believe it was a foul. Saiss. Man City really aren't playing like Man City in the first 13 odd minutes. Like, I mean, you'd expect better from them. You definitely expect better from them. But they haven't been the most entertaining team to watch. But what are we saying for the rest of the Premier League games today? We have Arsenal vs Southampton, Chelsea Leeds, Liverpool Villa, all 3 o'clock kickoffs, and then Norwich vs Man United at 5:30. A lot of interesting games on today. I mean, really the ones you're going to be looking at is Man United, Man City Wolves, Liverpool Villa and Chelsea Leeds, 'cause those are the games that involve the title race, because I don't think any team is at the current moment catching up with those 3. Sterling, Jack Grealish with the shot. He was never really going to score. It was hit off. Well, it did hit off Connor Cody, and Jose Sa could pick it up quite easily. Probably the best chance though so far in the game. Yeah, it's a difficult one for Grealish. Sterling puts too much pressure, too much power on the cross. 15 minutes gone. No goals, no real chances in either game. Again, by the way, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. We're currently on 748 subscribers. Come on. By the end of the stream, can we make it 750? Let's try hit 800 by the end of the year, the end of the month. And hopefully we can get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, really. Bernardo Silva looking to play through Sterling. Well defended by Saiss. That's gone out for a goal kick. Let me know in the live chat your score prediction for this game. Let me know your score predictions for the other games in the Premier League. If Man City keep a clean sheet in this game, it will be Ederson's 100th clean sheet for Man City. Fairly impressive achievement. The referee really isn't giving anything in this game. Like, Bernardo Silva's just been pushed over. It's not like I'm a Man City fan or anything. Like, I have said this a few times about Wolves getting free kicks. Like, damn it, Traore there with it was fouled. At least he's being consistent, I suppose. The thing with Wolves is they're very good at defending, not very good at scoring, despite having one of the best strikers in the Premier League in Raul Jimenez. Ruben Neves. Semedo. Okay, my voice is cracking. Neves again. Nice hair that lad does have. He can conduct play very well, Ruben Neves. Like, he'd be a very good holding midfielder, which is kind of what he is for Wolves, but he's allowed drift forward more than your typical holding midfielder would. Like, Man United were to sign him since they needed a holding midfielder or anyone really. Obviously, Man City have Rodri and they have Fernandinho, who really only has a year left in him. And that's only when he's playing the occasional game when Rodri doesn't feel like he can. But Chelsea, I'd say Chelsea are grand. Kante will probably slow down in the next couple of years. Arsenal. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd take him. I mean, he'd be a very good signing for Arsenal. Man United again, yeah. Liverpool, I don't think he'd start for Liverpool. He'd be a good squad player. Would he start for Liverpool? He doesn't start over for Fabinho. He doesn't start over Thiago. Oh, chance for Man City. Jesus has absolutely butchered that. He's won the ball off the defender. And he looks to dribble in. Instead of passing off to Bernardo Silva, the very easy option right beside him, who would have easily scored, or at least caused trouble to the goalkeeper. Neves is the one that loses it. It's just a poor touch from Jesus. He's almost looking for the penalty. We're going to VAR actually. Not a chance that is a penalty. If he gives that as a penalty. Like, that's not a penalty. In my book. No one reads my book, and, well, VAR agree with me. Give me the job, VAR. The Man City players are still appealing for it. There was nothing in that tackle, first of all. Second of all, he's won the ball quite clearly. I know they're going to be biased in their own side, but... like, that's not a penalty. Like, what's the point of appealing for it? Cancelo. Looking for Sterling. He does find Sterling. He might have been offside there. Wolves try to clear it. They do. It will only fall to Ruben Diaz though. Now to American Laporte. Zinchenko. 20 minutes gone. Man City really haven't created anything. Laporte. Cancelo. He has Sterling with him. He decides to cross the play and play it to Zinchenko. Ball in the box. Not very good. Not very good though. Look, I just said it's fairly early, like, and you know I'm fairly tired. I feel like the players shouldn't be. I feel like they should be up and at it and ready to march on and destroy these. I mean, whoever wins. What, Jesus is... I mean, no one's really been lively. Cancelo's gotten the ball a lot. He should have a shot here. He does! And it's absolutely terrible. But you know, at least the shots are coming in. Putting the pressure on. Sterling. Cancelo. Loses it. And Noe. Good tackle from João Cancelo. He's probably been Man City's best player so far in this game. Probably been the best player so far in this game. It's not a very good shot from him. They're just replaying it, but it's been a very good tackle there. Oh, and Rodri is fouled. Raul Jimenez, and it's gone out for. It's going to be a free kick for Wolves. In an area that could cause problems with the right delivery. João Moutinho and Noe. On Noe. I'm assuming he's French. That sounds like a French name. It will be Ant Noe to take it. Decent ball. Falls to Jimenez. Not very good header. It's gone out for a Man City goal kick. I mean, it wasn't a very good chance, but it's probably Wolves' best chance of the game, which shows you how little they've done in the opening 25 minutes. Now, Chelsea and Liverpool fans will watch this. Man City currently top of the league. They'll watch this hoping Man City can not score. I mean, Wolves kept Liverpool silent until the 94th minute last week. And that was their first goal they conceded in 4 matches. Wolves don't score many goals, but they don't concede any either. Ruben Diaz going to go on a bit of a run for himself. Plays it off to João Cancelo. Sterling's in the box. Jose Sa, fist paw. I don't know why he's done that. If he nearly falls to Bernardo Silva, but he gets onto it. Risky goalkeeping. Let me know in the live chat who you believe is going to win the Premier League, as it currently stands. Man City are top, Liverpool in second, and Chelsea in third. That could all change today, as all 3 teams are in action. And again, I would not be surprised if a result can go one or two ways in the favour. Well, I mean, the perfect day for Man City is if they win this game, Liverpool lose to Villa and Chelsea lose to Leeds. And again, I believe Liverpool will beat Villa. I believe Chelsea will beat Leeds. I don't necessarily 100% believe Man City will beat Wolves. Wolves are just such a good unit defensively, but they're on the attack here. Nelson Semedo, man formerly of Barcelona. A right back who has single-handedly produced the 2 worst performances of a right back I've ever witnessed. That 8-2 loss to Bayern Munich and that 4-2 loss to Germany in the Euro 2020. It's a very good tackle from Ruben Neves against Raheem Sterling. Wolves will come again with a counter-attack. Hits the ball forward, looking for Adama Traore, but Cancelo intercepts. Man City back in possession. Not really looking to counter-attack, just looking to keep the ball. Lose a bit of Wolves' growing momentum. Jesus. Laporte. Ruben Diaz. Diaz. Zinchenko. Cancelo actually seems to be a better left back despite being like typically a right back. Now he played as a left back as Kyle Walker usually operates as the right back, but Zinchenko starts today, who is typically a left back, so you're gonna play right with the, you know? Just la-di-da kind of stuff. Grealish. The man that probably cost more than the entire Wolves squad. I mean, 100 million for him. I mean, 100 million for Jack Grealish. I mean, I questioned it, but I thought, if Pep Guardiola... Oh, Christ. If Pep Guardiola really wants him, 100 million seemed right, alright, because it's Pep Guardiola. You trust his judgment. But, clearly he's not a genius. Jose Sa clears the corner. Adama Traore, if he got that touch a little bit better. But he's actually been fouled by Raheem Sterling. If he got that touch better, Wolves were away. He was away. And he would just be one-on-one with Ederson. Only problem is, he can't shoot for his life. It's not really a foul, there is contact, but I think Traore just goes down to go down. Conor Cody takes the free kick, just whacks it forward, looking for Adama Traore. Doesn't get to him. Sterling in possession, he's been fouled there. The referee plays advantage. Bernardo Silva looking for Jesus. Two defenders collide. Head going up for the ball. Jose Sa does not look impressed. Oh, someone's head is bleeding. Christ above. Yeah, I think it's Killerman's head that is bleeding. Yeah, it's Killerman and Saiss, I want to say. Not really showing it, I think fair enough, they are getting medical treatment. But Killerman's head is bleeding. I think Saiss is talking to Jose Sa. So maybe it's Conor Cody. I'm just guessing it's two centre backs. It could very well be a midfielder or something like that. But two Wolves players have collided, one of them being Killerman. Actually, Killerman's not the one with the bleeding head. Whom is it that is on the ground? I think it might be Den Donker. Yeah, it's Den Donker and Saiss who have collided heads. entirely sure who it is with the bleeding head. I'm gonna guess Den Donker. It's Ruben Neves. It's actually Ruben Neves. I'm so confused. I swear, no, both of their heads were bleeding. Or I think is the problem. That's why I was getting confused. Yeah, it's Neves and Kilman. It's not a very good. It's not the injury you want. You don't want any injury, obviously, but that does look painful. I think both players will continue. Yeah, Kilman's back up anyway. Neves is still needs treatment. Obviously, Wolves got that injury to Raul Jimenez about a year ago. So, they don't want to take any risks. Head injuries, of course, probably been one of the most serious injuries you could get. Neves is also back up. Will he continue though? I think he will. They're just having an eye test with him. Yeah, Neves will continue. So will Kilman. An injury took about 3-4 minutes, but you don't really want to take much precautions. Both players will continue despite both of their heads being bleeding. It proves that the football players aren't softies. Well, I mean these two. These two anyway. Gabriel Jesus touches the ball with his hand. Free kick to Wolves. Here they come again, Man City. It's Zinchenko. I'm getting distracted by the advertisements in the Man City stadium. There's like an underwater app that Pep Guardiola is in about football. I'm not entirely sure, but look, Wolves doing the impossible. Like, you could very easily see them winning this, not winning, but taking a point from this game. Like, they've only conceded 1 goal in the last 4 games, and that was Divock Origi last week. Nope, but here's Sterling, shooting goal, gone out for a corner. I've never seen Sterling scream "get up" to someone. Now a fight's breaking out. Then Donker and Rodri. Well, not really a fight, he's just telling him to get away. Oh, go on. Someone throw fists. It's funny how Raheem Sterling is telling someone to get up. I'm just gonna... He hits Saiz in the... He does hit Saiz. So I think that is a foul. If the referee didn't see it. If it did end up in the back of the net, it would go to VAR and it'd probably be ruled out. Because it is a foul, there is contact made. But obviously just because it's a corner, you're not going to rule out a corner. Saiz is still down. Now I think he's actually taking the piss. Unless he was hitting the eye or something like that. Wolves not very happy. I wouldn't be delighted either. I mean, the game's been stopped every 2 minutes thanks to one player going down. Conor Cody and Killman both hitting each other in the head, and both players' heads ended up bleeding. But both players will continue because that's football at the end of the day. Saiz is the one on the ground now. I reckon he's just fine. He's just taking the piss, really. Trying to annoy Sterling. You might hit him in the eye or something like that. That might be why he's taking the piss. I'm annoyed no one's like hitting each other. That's what I wanted to see. Saiz is back up and there will be a corner for Man City. 7 minutes of normal time left. So there'll be about 5 minutes of added time. Jack Grealish will take the corner for Man City. He just doesn't look good in the Man City jersey. He's a fairly good looking man, like. He just doesn't look good. Blue isn't his colour. It's a very good corner either. Actually, it fell to Marc Laporte, so technically it was a good corner from Grealish. Just wasn't a very good header. It's the better analogy. Yeah, actually, Laporte probably should do better there. Saiz is up, ready. And he has the ball. Plays it over to Antony, who whacks it up the field, hoping it gets to Adama Traore. It does, but he ends up heading it out of play. I mean, Wolves have done well defensively. Like, going forward, they've been useless. But defensively, they have been good. Grealish doesn't play to Zinchenko. Looks to go himself. Very bad pass from Grealish. He had Zinchenko beside him the entire time. Decides not to pass it to him. Adama Traore has now been fouled. He's going to continue to go down because, well, why not? You know, why not waste more time? That's really what you're going to be looking for. I think Ruben Diaz is going to get a yellow card. Yeah, he does. Only third booking of the season. 20 games into the Premier League? Not really, 15, 16. Ball over the top, nearly fell to Raul Jimenez. He gets unlucky there. Jack Grealish. Gabriel Jesus. Ball played across. João Cancelo. Dinks over looking for Sterling. does end up going Sterling. He has Cancelo with him. Cancelo was the better option, decides to pass to Rodri. Because, like, why would you pass to the better option when you can just slow down play and keep it at 0-0? 0-0 as a neutral viewing, for me anyway, isn't the best result for Man City fans either. For Wolves going away, Man City taking a point, very good result. For Liverpool and Chelsea fans, they'll be happy. Because I think if either of them win, they will overtake Man City. I'm going to take a look at the old Premier League table. If Man City draw and Liverpool win, they'll go top. If Chelsea win, they'll be level on points and ahead of Man City on goal difference. That's if Man City draw 0-0. So they will move down to the third realistically, because I do expect both Liverpool and Chelsea to win. And West Ham will probably win, whomever they are playing. They're not playing today. They are playing tomorrow versus Burnley. I'd expect them to beat Burnley. I really don't think top four will change this week anyway. Spurs are in 5th. How are Spurs in 5th? What? How are Spurs in 5th? What? They've lost like at least 5 games this season. And I'm very sure they were doing crap under Antonio Conte. How are they in 5th? Like, I mean, the goal difference isn't going to be great because Harry Kane's not scoring and they've lost at least 4 games, 3-0. I suppose they did beat Man City at the start of the season. They had the first 3 wins of the season. Again, also, they haven't really played Liverpool. Well, that's it really, haven't they? They've played everyone else at the top. The top half teams, really. They beat Wolves. 42 minutes gone, by the way. I'm just sitting here baffled at that. Almost half time. The only real event that really matters in this game is 2 yellow cards, one to Rodri, one to Ruben Diaz. And both fouls being on Adama Traore. He's a player that's good at being fouled. Is that what you want to be known for? Not necessarily. Yeah, I think Wolves are just going to go into the second half. Bruno Lage will just be telling them, keep playing the same way. Don't let Man City score. I mean, there's 16 votes in the live poll in the chat. 6% of people say Wolves, 6% of people say it'll be a draw. 88% of people say it'll be a Man City win. There's still obviously loads of time for any of those possibilities to happen. I would not be surprised if any of them did. Jimenez goes up for it on Aymeric Laporte. Gundogan, Grealish. Gundogan in the box. Out for a corner. Gundogan. Nothing really exciting so far in the first 44 minutes, but could that all change in this corner? Will I take over for half time if you want a break? Nah, man, it is fine. I'll survive. "44 minutes gone. Ball played in the box. Cleared by Raul Jimenez. Jesus was offside. He seems a little bit frustrated. He's just saying at the referee. I mean, Man City haven't been great in this first half, but that's not to discredit Wolves at all. Man City probably could have been better in this second half. But look, you know, we're into the 45th minute now. They haven't said the added time yet, but I'm assuming it will come up in just a few seconds. I'm not sure what's just happened. I look away for a few seconds and Jimenez has just been sent off. I'm not entirely sure why. I was looking at something else. I'm not sure entirely what's happened. I'm trying to find out what happened. Yeah. Red card for Jimenez, says Joe. Yeah. Like, he's gotten 2 yellow cards in the space of about 40 seconds. I'm not paying attention to the match, so that could very well be a goal. I'm just looking at Twitter to see what... So basically, he's gotten... He gets 2 yellow cards in the space of 48 seconds. And now he's off. We're 5 minutes into added time, by the way. No Jimenez. Wolves are down 10 men. Jimenez is a twat. Jimenez is a twat. It's half time now. It's 0-0. Wolves picked up a red card. Raul Jimenez is off. And I'm not really sure if that was... I mean... frustration from the Wolves players. I completely missed it because I was trying to get something else up. Because I always miss it. Every single time something big happens in a match. I seem to miss it. I mean, it's not very, like, I've just seen the tackle. It's not very good. What Jimenez does, I've just seen it. What Jimenez does is basically, he gives away a free kick. He gets a yellow card first, said free kick. Then he stands in front of the ball. Man City take it and he blocks it. And then he's giving him... I mean, look, just look at this. Wait, no, this is it. Right, so look at this clip. Jimenez gets the yellow card. Alright. I'm not going to show him full screen because I'm fairly sure I'll get copyrighted for that. Jimenez gets the yellow card. Complains about it a bit. Alright, fair enough, you know. It's fine. And then he stands over the free kick, blocks it. And he picks up his second yellow card. What twat? How is that a second yellow? Like, tell me how that is a second yellow. Like, that is just, that is, like, I don't know, that's not a second yellow for me. That is not a second yellow at all. Not in my opinion, anyway. Don't believe that's not a second yellow. Surely not. It's a red card anyway. 0-0 at half time. I don't think it was a red card. Not in my book anyway. Shame nobody reads said book. But that didn't look like a red card for me. Ugh. I don't know, that wasn't a red card in my book anyway. Could you see it? Because I know the stream's been a bit laggy. Like, could you actually see the... Just going back and watching if you could see. And you can kind of, it's a little bit laggy. Yeah, very laggy to be fair. But anyway, half time, 0-0 between the two sides. Not been great from either team, really. Yeah, I'm just looking at stuff on Twitter, really. I don't think that's not a right card in my book. Yeah, honestly, in the first half, our team was really impressive. Man City didn't have a lot of opportunities. Wolves defended well. I don't think Raul Jimenez being sent off is going to make too much of an impact, purely for the fact he's a striker. I mean, he wasn't getting much of the ball anyway. So, really, I think it's going to be the same thing, and Man City are going to have to create better opportunities for themselves if they really do want to take more than a point from this game. I'm looking forward to the second half because I think Man City have something to fight for. Wolves will be pissed off and ready to go. Like, it depends how they take it in an attitude way. You know, how they're thinking. Are they gonna stay in? Are they gonna keep fighting, or are they gonna... But yeah. Now there was an appeal for a Killaman handball from a Grealish cross. Like, he does hit his hand, and last year that would have been a penalty. What was I saying? If that was last year, it would have been a penalty. But his hand is down in a natural position, so in my book that isn't a penalty. Yeah. Second half going to be underway in about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to check my fancy. So far I have a whopping, saying 2 points. I feel like Cancelo's gotten more than 2 points. No, alright. 2 points from both Bernardo and Cancelo playing. I could very well see Hwang come off the bench. Do. Ah. Yeah, anyway, what are our thoughts on the first half? I'm just going to Twitter to see what people think of Jimenez's red card. I mean, you never know. Jimenez could be doing this on purpose. Because just think about the fact Man City need a striker. And what kind of striker could they use, you might ask? They could use Raul Jimenez. But yeah, what are our thoughts on that first half? Do. Yeah, like it says a lot when João Cancelo has had the most shots for out of anyone, and that is 2. And those are both long shots. I really don't see Wolves taking more than a point for this game, but I definitely see him taking a point. Because with Jimenez off, that doesn't make a difference to their defensive structure. But it will make, obviously, it'll make a difference from them going forward. He is their best forward, let's be honest. I mean, David Traore is good at dribbling. He doesn't have that end product which Jimenez does have. He hasn't had it this season. I think he's only had scored 2 goals. So it isn't great. By the way, if you are enjoying the stream, please do consider subscribing if you are new. And tomorrow I will be going live for Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, 8 o'clock English and Irish time. If you fancy joining me for that, the Madrid derby, La Liga, first versus, I think, I'm going to assume Atletico Madrid a second. No, Sevilla second. Well, if Atletico Madrid win that game, they'll be second. They'll still be about 6 points behind Real Madrid. Real Madrid are really running away with the title. So can Atletico Madrid try and pull back Real Madrid? I keep saying Madrid, but can they pull back their rivals, stopping them at least? Getting away with it. I have said numerous times, if I had to pick a Spanish team, I would pick Real Madrid. Sorry, I would pick Atletico Madrid. I have a few Atletico Madrid jerseys. But yeah, if you do fancy joining me for that game, I'll be live tomorrow, 8 o'clock English and Irish time. But yeah, what are our thoughts on the first half? Who's going to end up winning? Will it continue to be 0-0? Because I think if Man City scored, they win the game. I don't see Wolves scoring. Like I was saying, they've only conceded 1 goal in the last 4 games, but they've only scored. They haven't scored in 4 games. They are 0-0 draw merchants, I think would be safe to say. Second half is underway, by the way. Look, they lost to Liverpool last week, 0-0 draw. Burnley 0-0 draw with Norwich, 1-0 win over West Ham. Crystal Palace, they lost 2-0. Beat Everton 2-1. Drew with Leeds. Beat Villa. Beat Southampton. Beat Newcastle. Lost to Tottenham on penalties in the Carabao Cup. And lost to Brentford. So, they didn't start the Premier League season off very well. But they're definitely getting back into it. We're focusing on the game that has just got underway. Wolves a man down. But Traore, can he get past 3 or 4? He obviously had one of his, I would say oh, that's nearly a really bad pass, and Semedo nearly got onto it and he would have been through in goal. Obviously Traore's probably the best moment of his entire career was that game against City 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago anyway. Christ, it's more than that. I feel old. He scored the 2 goals. That was a good season, Traore. I swear he scored a goal in the other game as well. The Man City beat them. Man City did the double over them that season. He's 2-3-2 wins. Traore scored a brace in the first one at the Etihad, and then the one at Molineux. He scored 1, and Matt Doherty scored the winner in the last minute. Oh, I miss prime Matt Doherty. Should have never went to Tottenham. Ball in the box. Shot. Not a very good one. Has that gone out for a corner? It's Aymeric Laporte with the shot. It has gone out for a corner. That's Aymeric Laporte's second shot of the game. So the men with the 2 most shots so far in this game have been Aymeric Laporte and João Cancelo. Which shows you how much of an interesting game this has been. I mean, Man City need a striker. I think Raul Jimenez could be that striker, to be fair. That's why he got sent off, Pep said, "You get sent off, I buy you." Jimenez couldn't refuse the opportunity. So we got 2 yellow cards in the space of 48 seconds. Now the corner for Man City. They've started the second half off. They've started the second half much better than they started the first half. They take it short this time. Rodri's going to whip it in the box. Jesus is there. He gets onto it. He's a good bit outside the box this time. Killman putting on the pressure. Jesus does get it in. But it's cleared by Ruben Neves. Traore looking to beat Zinchenko, but Zinchenko gets onto it and wins it. Sterling. No one's passing to Zinchenko. He's been in a lot of good opportunities so far in this game. He's like, no one's passing to him. Bernardo Silva. Here is Zinchenko. It's not a very good ball. Killman. Grealish. Out to Rodri. He's going to hit it. Not very well. Blocked. This is really what I'm gonna assume most of the game will be. Just Man City putting on pressure and Wolves defending very well, and that is very good for Man Nui, and is that not a goal kick? That's a goal kick in my book, to be honest, Jeff. But they don't read my book. Nobody reads my book. I put so much work into my book, but nobody read it. Ruben Diaz and Laporte are both up for the corner. It's taken short again. Grealish to Bernardo Silva. To Cancelo on the edge of the box. Cancelo looking to play through Bernardo Silva. Silva somehow gets onto it. He still has the ball. Now it's Grealish. That's the box is Zinchenko. Cancelo on the wing. Ball in the box. Cleared again by Wolves, and it's going to be another corner. And here comes the pressure. 5 minutes into the second half. Man City have had about 4 corners in the second half. They're using Wolves' 10 men to the advantage. I mean, I don't know why Raul Jimenez being sent off would make such a big impact, but it has, apparently. Cancelo. He's just going to keep it. Sterling. Or just put it in the box. Zinchenko. Cancelo. Bernardo Silva. Zinchenko. To Sterling. Now it's been played in the box. It's going to fall to Laporte, who doesn't have a very good touch. But it's back to Bernardo Silva. Wolves are really just going to be looking to play counter-attacks in this game. But Man City's still in the ball. Grealish. Ball played in the box by Jack Grealish. Again, not a very good cross. They really need to get better crosses, Man City. Sterling tries to dink it over the top. Doesn't work, but Grealish is now on the ball. He's inside the box. Out to Gundogan. Just put it in the box. That's all they have to do. Oh my god. Like, for one of the best teams in the world, you'd think they know how to put the ball in the box. And every time they try to, it's just a terrible Wolves clear. And we go over the same cycle. And we've been doing it for 6 minutes now. I mean, Wolves get a counter-attack, or Man City just have shots. They're just waiting for Man City. Cancelo. Ball in the box. Ooh, Jesus gets onto that. And he probably should do better. He's been given... I think it's a goal kick anyway. Good ball from Cancelo. Jesus gets onto it. Not very good shot, but it is a tight angle. I don't know if that's hit off Conor Cody or Jesus. On first glance, it looked like it was Jesus. It's a goal kick for Wolves. Sterling. Pass 2. Pass 3. No, well, Saiss. So he's going down there, Raheem Sterling. The referee isn't having it. Sterling does well. He gets past 2 players. And there's no contact. He's just... I mean, he's being sandwiched, really. But again, there's no real contact. He goes down too easily. It's funny because he was given out to Saiss earlier in the game for diving. And you know, it's funny enough because it's Raheem Sterling, someone well known for diving. Why is Semedo trying to get past attackers? Like, as in, he had the ball on the halfway line and he goes into his own half trying to get past Man City attackers. Then Donker. The Belgian man that is about 6'4". Traore. Wolves' only striker in this game. See, lads, Jimenez was sent off for 2 yellow cards. 2 stupid yellow cards, I might ask. Well, the first one wasn't stupid, the second one was. Ruben Neves. But one of Wolves' better players in this game. Zinchenko. His header goes back to Ederson. He catches it. Man City are back in possession. Golden boy, Felipe Foden is coming on. He's the kind of player you want in a game like this. Someone that can get past 3 or 4 players. Jack Grealish is another player that can get past 3 or 4 players. He doesn't seem to be able to pass, though. Why do I keep watching Wolves? You know, why do I keep watching Wolves? Oh! I was going to say, because, you know, there's never any goals. Goal line clearance by Conor Cody. It's a header from Ilkay Gundogan. Goes over Jose Sa. Conor Cody clears it on the line. Very well done by the Englishman. The Scouse. The Scouse James Ward-Prowse. I mean, I know he's nothing like James Ward-Prowse, but it rhymes. So, like, you know, what else am I going to do? By the way, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. That would be greatly appreciated. Last time I checked, we're on 748 subscribers. You can make it 749. And let's try and hit 750 by the end of the stream. That would be greatly appreciated. Gundogan's off, Foden's on. Thank God. I thought he wasn't going to play. Might lose a bit of fantasy points, but he's going to get 35 minutes. Rodri's now the captain, and Christ, he has massive arms. What a beautiful man. He wins the ball. He clearly has the captain power. Dendoncker wins it now, the massive 6-foot Belgian. Dendonker's been fouled by tiny little Gabriel Jesus. Jesus isn't even that tiny, but compared to Dendoncker, he is a dwarf. I love Dendoncker, don't know why. He was good on me for like in career mode like 3 years ago. That's why I like career mode on FIFA. He's quite a versatile player. I swear he was a centre back, but you know, he's been moved as a centre midfielder. Like, I'm assuming he was used as a centre back purely because he's tall. John Moss, the twat of a referee that he is giving out to the Wolves players despite the fact they got the free kick. Jose Sa. He's been a good signing for Wolves, the Portuguese goalkeeper, replacing Rui Patricio. Rui Patricio, a man I love so dearly. I've watched Roma a few times. Like I watched Roma last week. They lost 3-0 to Inter Milan. Patricio conceded a corner. So you know, he conceded a corner. Calhanoglu scored. Calhanoglu, the man taking the corner, scored. And Patricio was nutmegged from Calhanoglu's corner, which is a bit embarrassing. Felipe Foden. I call him Felipe because, well, he's kind of like Felipe, not at all really. I was going to say it's like Coutinho. Cancelo tries to dink it over the top, falls to Bernardo Silva. Foden's in the box, cleared. Zinchenko's going to hit it. Good save from Jose Sa. He could have put that out for the corner and made it look like he made a fantastic save. But he's just caught it because, well, that's what you should be doing. Not making saves for cameras. Aaron Ramsdale, looking at you. Semedo dinked over the top. Laporte, Zinchenko. Cancelo, Sterling. Sterling's lost it to Ant-Noe. Ant-Noe has lost it to João Cancelo. Sterling's back on the ball. Cancelo in the box, whips it in. Jose Sa fists it out. It's cleared by Wolves. Adama Traore gets onto it. They're going to try to get past Aymeric Laporte. He doesn't. And Man City are back in possession. They don't seem like they want to win the game. If only they had Divock Origi. If only. Man City can't drop points in the game like this, especially at home, like, and against 10 men, against, well, a team that's in 8th. I mean, Liverpool took points from the last week, though they had to wait till the 94th minute. You know, they have half an hour to score, and that is a lot of time for a team like Man City that are as good as Man City are. You wouldn't be surprised if they did find a winner, but you know, they have to be doing better. Like, I feel like that is common knowledge there. Again, by the way, if you are enjoying the stream, subscribe and notifications on, like the stream, all that good stuff. Share it to a friend, your dog, your cat, your mouse. I don't care, just share it to someone. We're currently on 749 subscribers, so thank you to that one person that has subscribed in the last 10 minutes since I last checked that. Go on, make it 750. Share it to a friend, let's try to get 800 by the end of the year. Or even 800 by Christmas. Let's shorten it by 6 days. Not a chance of that penalty. Don't even try appeal, Sterling. Ryan Sterling's a player that annoys me. Like, he's definitely a player with a lot of talent, and he's proved that in certain years. And in other years, he can miss open goals in the Champions League and dive around the place constantly. Obviously, there's money in it. There's fair reasons to not like the guy. Jose Sa's goal kick is cleared in the air. Zinchenko wins it, but it's still in the air. And Laporte does get onto it. Here come Man City. Again. Bernardo Silva. I mean, if this ends up being a 0-0 draw, definitely disappointing week for my fantasy in terms of Man City players. I have 3 said Man City players. Bernardo Silva, João Cancelo and Felipe Foden. So, you know, if none of them are getting points, it's going to be a little bit disappointing. I suppose Cancelo will get clean sheet bonus. He's probably been Man City's best player, so he could be up there for a man of the match. And here is Cancelo with the shot. Not a very good one, but it's his 3rd shot of the game. Traore to Dendoncker. Dendoncker to Traore. The beast has been unleashed. I mean, they had a pretty good attacking opportunity, but they've just played it back. They seem okay to waste time, Wolves. Take a point. This is a game that you can think fair enough for taking a point. They're away at Man City. The title holders, the team currently in first, and Hwang is coming on. The man I have on my bench in fantasy. I swear to God, if he scores, I would love it. I would love it if he did that. Wolves' top scorer so far this season, Hwang. Bernardo Silva. I mean, he's been one of the best players in the Premier League this season. Hasn't showed that in this game. And obviously, we all have our off days, and I think you can also put that into fact. Wolves are just very good at defending, so for an attacker, it's a tough day. I mean, Sadio Mane was terrible against Wolves last week. So was Diego Jota. Salah wasn't great. He was definitely the best out of the front three. He obviously got the assist for Divock Origi with a fantastic ball. Fantastic touch for that goal, but yeah, we all have our off days. Well, Man City as the entire team are having an off day in this game. "28 minutes left. Man City will be hoping there's less. Sorry, Wolves will be hoping there's less. Man City will be hoping there's more. It only takes 2 seconds to put the ball in the back of the net. Oh! Is that a penalty for Wolves? It's a it's a penalty for Man City. It's a penalty for Man City. A handball has been given, and that should go to VAR. I didn't see it. It didn't look like much of a handball, but like I wasn't really focusing. It's a Bernardo Silva ball in the box. It doesn't hit his hand. That doesn't hit his hand. That doesn't hit his hand. That hits his armpit, if anything, and that's not part of your hand. That's not... No, it doesn't hit his hand. That's not a penalty. John Moss is such a twat. He clearly doesn't like Wolves. Like, that is not a penalty at all. If that is given as a penalty, John Moss is the biggest twat I've ever seen. That quite clearly doesn't hit his hand. I mean, it hits like his armpit and under. Like, it might glance off his hand, but the majority of the ball is touching. And Moutinho is saying, like, Moutinho's right in saying it's hit his armpit. That is what he's saying. He knows where it's hit. He's having a word with Jack Grealish. That's not a penalty. That is not a penalty. If that's a penalty, VAR don't have a clue. And Wolves will definitely feel hard done by, because some of the decisions in this game have been absolutely dog crap. That is not a penalty in my book. I don't care what you say, that is not a penalty. What is VAR saying? No. Hardly. They've given the penalty. Have they given the penalty? Again, I don't have the audio on because of copyright reasons. They've given the penalty. That is never a penalty. Are you taking the piss? Are you actually taking the piss? John Moss is such a twat. Not a chance that is a penalty. That is a joke. Raheem Sterling is taking it to make it 1-0. He's put it down the middle. Man City are 1-0 up. Not fair at all. Never a penalty. John Moss is a twat. That's never a penalty. Never in a million years is that a penalty. That's actually pissed me off. Yeah, Joe is saying it. Joe is making a Joe and Jude Bellingham. A Jude Bellingham joke. That is not a penalty. That is never a penalty. You're taking the piss with that. That is never a penalty. That's actually pissed me off. I do not understand how that is a penalty. That doesn't hit his hand at all. That hits his armpit. Joke. Honestly, that's annoyed me. That's Raheem Sterling's 100th Premier League goal, and of course it was an unfair goal. Sterling is a man well known for cheating, you know, and of course he's gotten something that involves bullcrap like that. I mean, Bernardo Silva's gotten the assist, so that kind of makes me a little bit happier. But to be honest, like that's genuinely pissed me off. If you're Wolves, you feel hard done by, because I don't think Jimenez should have been sent off, and I don't think it was a penalty. Controversial game. Alright, I'm gonna just switch your attention. I'm gonna not focus on the game, and I'm gonna switch your attention to a freeze frame I got off Twitter. Look at this. Tell me how this is a penalty. Look, the ball is quite clearly not touching his arm. You can see the background, so it's not touching his arm. It is. How is that a penalty? How is there someone that it is their job to literally look at a screen and say that is a penalty or that is not? Quite clearly not a penalty from that angle. And you can say it's not picked in freeze times. Like if you watch the video, it's not a penalty either. And well done, Sterling, on scoring your 100th goal and all, but like Christ above. That is not a penalty. You're taking the piss. How is that a penalty? Like, tell me how that is a penalty. The game is... The caption of that just sums it up perfectly. The game is finished. The game is absolutely finished. If crap like that is being given for penalties, it's just a joke. Just a joke. Jack Grealish just missed an open goal. Jack Grealish just missed an open goal. I switch back over, and Jack Grealish just missed an open goal. To watch the game, I just switch back over. Ball played across by Raheem Sterling. Flicked on by Jesus, and Grealish just missed an open goal. Well, that's what Man City deserved, to be honest. They've actually pissed me off this season. Not this season, sorry. Just this game in general. This game has pissed me off. They've been a much better team and do fully deserve to be ahead. But like two decisions, the two biggest decisions in the match, have been a second yellow card to Raul Jimenez. Never a second yellow. And then that penalty, never a penalty. How is that a handball? Tell me. Genuine, anyone in the live chat watching, tell me if you honestly believe that is a handball. The game is gone, man. If crap like that is being given for penalties. It pissed me off. Sterling's played 304 Premier League games, gotten 100 goals. That's not really the best at records, is it? I mean, I know he's young and all, but like 304, that's like a goal every 3 games. Is that really what you expect of a winger? Shouldn't they be scoring more? I'm sorry, but how is that ever a penalty? That's really, like, pissed me off. What has happened to football? Like, what has happened to football if that's what is there for a penalty? Pissed me off, man. I mean, Grealish misses an open goal as well. If you're a Wolves fan, you're definitely going to be pissed off. I think Joe says it perfectly. You know, watch him out, you might be fined 40k. Again, I would be surprised if someone like Jose Sa or someone in an interview says that it was never a penalty, because it never was, let's be honest. Like, I mean, you can go back a bit in the stream if you just come in. I was literally bringing up images of what actually happened. And again, I'll bring up another one. How is that a penalty? If you can't conclusively say whether the ball actually hit his arm, I genuinely don't know how the referee can give it as a penalty. Look at that's a little blurred, right? Grealish missed an opening goal. But like, where is it? I'm gonna miss a goal now as well, but look there. How is that a penalty? How is that ever a penalty? It's a joke. It's like the game's gone soft. The game has gone soft. definitely missed a goal as well. No, I haven't. For once, I don't miss a goal. But, like... Never a penalty. Never a penalty. Ever a penalty. João Cancelo. Rodri. Zinchenko. Foden. Like, I feel like John Moss should be fined for this. Two very bad decisions. Like, I'll be talking to some of my Man City friends after the game. I'm just annoyed, to be honest, with that decision from the referee. Like, the fact that man is... Like, from both VAR and John Moss. Now, I think John Moss is a twat because he's made two very bad decisions in this game. But, like, the fact both him and VAR both agreed that that was a penalty. Like, it's not like I'm the only one. Literally scroll through Twitter. Scroll through Twitter. And all you will hear is John Moss is a twat. I'm just annoyed. Like, go, if you're just coming into the stream now, go back like a few minutes, and you'll just get a lot of screenshots of John Moss, that twat that is a referee. I mean, I've literally just tweeted John Moss is a twat, and the tweet is now 5 likes, 3 minutes. Like, just a reminder, I have 0 followers on Twitter. Which is a great time to bring up my Twitter. So, you know, if you do fancy giving me a follow over there, it is just linked in the live chat. But John Moss is a twat. To be honest, shouldn't have a job. Honestly, just embarrassing. Like, I mean, the fact there are professional referees that can't make a fairly simple decision. Guess who's back? Back again. Gerard back. Tell your friends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gerard is back. I'm gonna go actually turn on the old water in the house because I'm going to have a shower after the stream. So just, you know, there'll probably be a goal, but I'll be back in like 2 seconds. I don't know why I said I'd be going to take so long. The switch is like literally like 10 feet away from my room. I don't know why. The donker's been booked. Honestly, I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, please. It is linked in the live chat. John Moss, like, I mean... Sean Maguire also starts for Preston this evening. "10 minutes left in the game. To be honest, I've actually just lost interest in the game for the pure reason this referee is such a twat. So I will still watch, of course. I'm just going to end the stream with 10 minutes left in the game. Bernardo Silva, Felipe Foden. Grealish is off, De Bruyne is on. Jesus, good save from Jose Sa. Now Rodri's just done something, like I waited someone to say it, but like Rodri has just done the exact same thing Jimenez did to get the second yellow card, but he hasn't got. Like, I'm sorry, just saying, there's not really been any decisions in favour of Wolves. I'm sorry, I'm just so pissed off with the refereeing in this game. Like, Cancelo's just picked up a yellow card, by the way. Oh, shite, there's more problems for my fantasy. Neves is off, probably one of Wolves' best players. Honestly, it's just been frustrating to watch. It's like it's been a bad game because, well, Wolves are just a defensive team and they've just let Man City put the pressure on them. Especially when Jimenez got sent off, they didn't really have any opportunity to counter-attack because, well, Traore was being double marked by two of the best centre-backs in the Premier League and two of the best centre-backs in the world. Oh, but how was that not a penalty? You know, why hasn't that touched his arm? We're generally going for Wolves now. Like, I came into this game in neutral, but John Moss has pissed me off so much. In the decisions he has made in favour of Man City, I'm going for Wolves now. So, come on, you Wolves. I don't know if that's a Wolves chant. Pedro Neto was playing, they'd be winning. Oh, here come Man City. This is a really good comment. What? I don't know what I've just said. I just, like, my words just went, I went just, that. I'm trying to think of Wolves chants. I don't know any Wolves chants. I don't know why I'm trying to think of them. John Moss, man. What a twat. What a twat. Again, by the way, if you do want to follow me on Twitter, it is linked in the chat. I don't know if you can see that, like when you just come in. If you can see the chat, but it is linked. Just looking at the old poll in the live chat. 30 votes, 87% of those people say it will be a Man City win. 7% say it'll be a draw, 7% say it'll be Wolves. I really believed it was going to be a draw, but, well, Manchester City. Man City, bought the league. No, say it with me. Man City bought the league. Man City, say it with me. Bought the league. No. And here they are again. Oh, I don't believe my eyes. John Moss has made a decision in favour of Wolves. We'll never see anything quite like this again, I swear. Honestly, amazing. Truly brilliant refereeing from him there. I mean, let's just forget about the fact he gave Jimenez a red card. Sorry, 2 yellow cards. For doing something that Rodri did just a couple minutes ago. But Rodri didn't get any booking, did he? That penalty, it doesn't touch Jimenez's arm. He doesn't even bother to go to the screen for potentially the match winner. No, he doesn't bother to go to the screen in what is a very tight call, and in my opinion, not a penalty at all. Like, I mean, I can show you the screenshots if you would like. Let me know in the live chat if you'd like to see the images of the penalty, because I can get them up. Never, ever, ever a penalty. If you do want the images, just let me know in live chat. But, like, honestly, I'm pissed off. Here come Wolves. Trincao gets past 2. He was being pulled back, but John Moss wasn't having it. Because John Moss doesn't care about Wolves. De Bruyne. Oh, frustration, to be honest. We are Wolves, 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 we are Wolves. There's a chant for you. Great, Joe, honestly. Music to my ears. I don't know if that's a real Wolves chant, but it's a very creative chant. We are Wolves, we are Wolves. Hwang Hee-chan. He comes from Korea. He's Korean, isn't he? He comes from Korea. He scores a lot of goals for Here comes Daniel Podence on for 32. He hasn't played a lot this season, despite being one of their best players. Singing Wolves chants because they're my new team, purely because John Moss can't referee. Yeah. Honestly, I'm such a good singer. So talented. I'm gonna go on X Factor. Sing my Wolves chant. You think that's a good idea? I haven't heard any no's yet, so it is. Joe says it is. I don't know if that is in relation to X Factor, but, well, I personally believe it's a brilliant idea. Just for anyone new coming into the chat, because I do want to, it seems like maybe I am a Wolves fan and I'm just constantly complaining about the referee. But tell me how that's a handball. That's barely... Okay, I've tried to zoom in, I'm just gonna look to try to get a better angle. I mean, Jimenez got a yellow card for literally standing in front of the ball. Alright, I'm not getting an angle. But it is never a penalty, alright? Never a penalty. I'm actually appalled that he has given a penalty. It's an embarrassing decision, especially if this is your job. Like, let's not forget that this is someone's job. They do this for a professional. They do this for money. You're honestly gonna tell me, yeah, they're top class referees there. Everybody sing it with me. Man City, they bought the league. They're gonna win. They're gonna win the league now by like a point. All because of this stupid game. Foden, good save by Jose Sa. Here come Wolves. Come on. Come on, you Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers. We wandered to the Etihad. John Moss was a twat and we were very, very sad. It was the 88th minute and we looked like we would go home with 0 points. But then Hwang Hee-chan scored and we goal. I do the lularari. Na 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 na. I do 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 do. That's my song. I know. Brilliant. That was actually, like, the start of that was pretty good. And then I just started making up crap. The Wolverhampton Wanderers wander to the Etihad, where we looked like we would salvage a point, Dad. No, no, no. Alright. Okay, I messed it up a little bit. Alright. I had it going. Like, the start of that song, I'm fairly sure that was pretty good. Maybe a little bit biased, but... Oh, Stranger Things followed me. Not the actual Stranger Things, but thank you if you are in the chat, Stranger Things. Thank you for that. You did follow me on Twitter. It's funny how many people agree with me. I think we can all admit John Moss is the worst referee to ever play this sport, and deserves to be burnt. Burnt. Four minutes of added time. 4 minutes for my beloved Wolves that I've definitely been supporting all my life, and definitely just didn't decide to support them in the last 4 minutes because I hate Man City. I don't even hate Man City. I just hate the decisions John Moss has given. Here's Cancelo, Sterling, across for Foden. How has he missed that? Semedo. I mean, it was more of a block. And he's going to be my man of the match, Killerman. He's been very good defensively. His head was bleeding in about the 40th minute, but he survived because he's a fighter, and he's been given my man of the match. So, Killerman, man of the match. I mean, there's really been no good. No good Man City players, to be honest. They've all just had the fair share of ball and done nothing really with it. Better get a controversial penalty. Here come Wolves though. Can they salvage something? Podence. Ball played in the box. Oh! Ederson saves us. Killman. Oh, it was Killman as well. Imagine me just saying he's been my man in the match. Easily the best player on the pitch, and then he goes out and scores. Come on, Wolves have a corner. Come on, you Wolves. I'm up. You know it's big when I'm up. I'm never up. Everything on the line. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy at full score. Better be Killman as well. Come on, why are you showing me these clips? To be honest, Killman's block with Foden's shot is probably closer to handball than John Moutinho's than the penalty. But Moutinho has the corner. He's gonna take it. Ball whipped in. Ederson catches it. Crap! Oh! 2 minutes left of the added time. I'm out of my seat. I am very nervous. I mean, it doesn't actually bother me. Football always is a Wolves fan. There is new team. He only supports them because John Moss can't referee. We watch them lose to City. Has John Moss lost his touch? What would Pep say to the referee? Like, I mean, Raheem Sterling's been given man of the match. Piss off. Raheem Sterling has done nothing all game. He has dived around the pitch and scored a bloody penalty. It's just because he's scored. Killman was easily the best player on the pitch. Like, I'm not even doing it from my fake Wolves persona, but like, honestly, Killman was easily the best football player on the pitch. And the fact Sterling's been given man of the match, you were taking the absolute piss. He scored a penalty. That's literally all he did. When he got on the wing to do a little bit of crosses, he has crossed the ball in, and Jose Sa, or Killman, who was fantastic, got onto it and just got it out. Alright. I guarantee it was John Moss who made this decision. It's a disgrace. Continued. Thank you very much. We don't have no opinion on nothing we can say, because if we speak what's on our mind, we'll be fined 40,000. Exactly. Because if one of our Wolves players says something, they'll be fined, because he can't talk about stuff, despite the fact John Moss made two stupid decisions. And I guarantee, like, I mean, Killman's been brilliant. Like, honestly, he looks like a top player. And like, the fact the fact Man City... Sorry, the fact Raheem Sterling gets man of the match purely for the fact he scored up penalty. Because otherwise in this game, all he's done, he's got in the wing, done some terrible crosses or dived around the place. That's literally all he's done. What next? They're going to be giving it to Jack Grealish because he missed an open goal. I mean, I haven't even talked about that. Jack Grealish missed an open goal. The man worth £100 million. Now, so, like, I mean, Diego Jota missed an open goal against Wolves last week. Well, I mean, there was 2 defenders on the line. It's over. It's full time. Man City have beaten Wolves 1-0. Thanks to a penalty. That was never a penalty. Thanks to a red card. That was never a red card. John Moss is single-handedly one of the worst referees to ever play the sport. Moutinho was the man who conceded the penalty despite the fact it didn't touch his hand. Sterling scores his 100th Premier League goal despite the fact it wasn't a penalty. And he gets man of the match despite the fact Killerman was clear. I think that's all I really need to say. The audio to Wolves by Football Always Enjoy. Yeah, I think that's really it. I'm actually like really pissed off. Like, I don't know why. Cancelo's complaining to the referee, or is he just like... Zinchenko and Kilman having a bit of a conversation. Zinchenko's explaining to Kilman why Sterling deserved man of the match, and Kilman is confused. What I want to be explained to me is, how was that a penalty? How was that a red card? And how have Wolves not come out here with a point? I'm really pissed off, to be honest. Like, the red card bothered me, but not as much as the penalty. I'm gonna go home and cry. I'm gonna go cry now. Oh, Wolves. Do this to me every week, Wolves. Not even a Wolves fan, I'm just hurt. Come on, you Wolves. Wolves are now in 8th in the Premier League and Man City remain top by a single point. I'm sad. Hopefully Man City lose to Leeds on Tuesday. That would be great. Because I hate Man City. I like, seriously, in all seriousness, I don't have a problem with Man City. The thing that's pissed me off in this game has been the fact Wolves like really deserved a point from that game, and like it's really all John Moss's fault. Right, well, I'm gonna go watch Liverpool play Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard back at Anfield in about half an hour. I won't be streaming it, but if you want to see another stream like this, I will be going live for Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, the Madrid derby at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So do try and join me for that. 8 o'clock GMT, English and Irish time. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. And, well, until then, have a great day. And remember, John Moss is the worst referee to ever exist. Tell that to everyone. Tell that to everyone.